Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby Roman and welcome to my page. So today's episode is going to be all about how to read your nutrition labels and some key things you need to look out for just to help you with your healthy lifestyle choices, nutrition choices, and just allowing you to stick to your goal and just general awareness so you can live a long and healthy, happy life. So I just thought this video would be a great way just to teach all my clients who are watching this and all you guys who are new viewers coming across my page a little bit more. So when you are grocery shopping and you're looking for whatever your grocery shopping needs are, whatever you want to buy, you have a little bit more insight to make really great choices, because guys, how you feel your body affects your mood, affects your energy levels, like affects your weight loss goals, fat loss goals, muscle gains, like all these things. So the more education and more smart, intelligent decisions you do in the grocery store is going to greatly impact your day-to-day life and your fitness and health goals. So before we get into this video, you guys know the drill. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe below. I really appreciate the support. Guys, it's just, I just love to see everyone's engagement and growth within my page. This is so awesome. And I'm just loving making YouTube videos. So I'm gonna keep this roll going and then we're gonna snap into the next clip and then I'll take you guys down to the kitchen. Okay guys, so we're in the kitchen, well, the pantry, and I'm gonna be just chit-chatting with you guys again about nutrition labeling. And oh my gosh, this lighting is just making my strapless bra look so visible through this shirt, but whatever. Anywho, so the things you wanna look out for are gonna go in order. Now the first thing I always look at 100% is the sugar content. So I just have some random goods. I have a hummus here, I have some rice cakes, I have some Walker's shortbread cookies, and then I have some seaweed snacks. So I have a little bit of a variety of things so that this way I can kind of go over looking at all the different options I have here and then hopefully teach you guys what to look out for. So we're gonna start with the hummus. So first thing to look at is the sugar. So we're looking at the ingredient list. You wanna look at this labeling here, okay? So the first thing we're looking at is the sugar. So as you can see, sugar, there's only 1 gram. So that's always good. I like to gauge, for products I'm using day to day, as much as possible, unless it's fruit, natural sources of sugar, I try to have things that are nothing more than 3 grams of sugar per serving size, because you have to remember the serving size is another important thing, which we'll get into in a second. So sugar is what I look out for first. Okay, this is only 1 gram of sugar. Next thing, we'll just lead into that, is gonna be the serving size. So for this, you have 2 tablespoons. So the serving size can be small, but then if your sugar count is high in such a small serving size, you're gonna have more than probably what most people usually have more than what the serving size is, and then you're gonna have so much more sugar in general. Like I'm gonna just, for instance, I'm gonna get the Nutella. All the Nutella lovers are gonna hate me, but I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna explain this even further with another option that has more sugar in it for not a very high serving size. So 1 second. Okay, so we have the Nutella, as you can see. Now, Nutella is delicious, but it contains a lot of sugar. And sugar is okay, we have to enjoy, but I'm gonna be more on the health side of things. Now, first you look at the sugar content, that's what I always look for first. Then I look at the serving size. So the hummus was kind of hard to describe because hummus is pretty healthy and if you portion it out, you're gonna be fine. But Nutella for 1 tablespoon, and no one has just 1 tablespoon of Nutella when they're having Nutella. Like you're probably minimum in one of your scoops for a tablespoon is probably at least 2.5 to 3 tablespoons worth. And what you're probably thinking it is 1 is probably more than that, right? So for 1 tablespoon of Nutella, it's 11 grams of sugar. So say for instance, you're naturally gonna be putting a big whopping spoon. It's probably gonna be around 3 tablespoons. That's 33 grams of sugar just from that. So that's why it's really important to take a look at your, again, serving size as well as your sugar content, because they also will have a direct correlation reflection on how much sugar you're gonna get within that serving size. And it's so easy sometimes to go over things because the serving size is quite small on most things. So again, just a refresh, I know I'm probably going forward and back on this, but check your sugar content first and then check the serving size. So let's do another product here. So for those 2 options, we have these. Butter cookies, shortbread cookies, they are my weakness. So this is one of my favorite brands. Again, it's really simple, you've probably seen this. So for this, again, 1 piece, which is 1 cookie, is 3 grams of sugar. So, I mean, like for one cookie, not bad. If I'm gonna have a treat, you know, this would be kind of more of like my unhealthy treat option. But now we're gonna integrate another aspect to look into, and that is gonna be your ingredient list. So when I'm looking at packaged goods, the next aspect I'm looking at is the ingredient list. And the easiest rule of thumb is you want to choose packaged goods, and this is my go-to when I am purchasing packaged goods that might be a little bit more unhealthy, a little bit more processed. Whatever the case, I try to choose an ingredient list that's very short and I know all the ingredients in it. Sometimes some ingredient lists are like so mega long. I don't even think I have anything in my house that has, you know, one of those crazy long ingredient lists. But for instance, for these Walker's shortbread cookies, the ingredients, there's only 4 and I know all of them. So wheat flour, butter, sugar, and salt. Easy, I know there's only 4 ingredients. It's really simple. So I know that this product, if I do have it, you know, it's not obviously something homemade for dessert, but I know the ingredients in it. I can decipher and just like, you know, tell what every ingredient is. There's not too much crazy sugar and you get 1 full cookie. So if I have 2 cookies, okay, 6 grams of sugar, it's not bad. And that's a good serving. You can enjoy, have that balanced life. You guys know. So that's just an example again of the ingredient list. So let's look at an ingredient list on something else. I guess we can use the Nutella again. So the Nutella, I know it has a lot of sugar, but again, the ingredient list isn't super long. Pretty much there's sugar, modified palm oil, hazelnuts, skim milk powder, cocoa, soy, sunflower, lectin, and vanillin. So I mean, it's not crazy long. I don't know what the heck vanillin is. It's not vanilla, it's anyways. But again, there's a couple things in the ingredient list that I'm unsure of. You know, well, one thing, but at the end of the day, at least it's not super long. But again, this is a high sugar product, so you don't want to be going over your portion sizing. So serving size is really important when looking at something like Nutella. But we can look at the ingredient list on, say, these seaweed snacks. So these are from Costco. If you've watched my Costco YouTube video on all my things I love to get at Costco, this is in there. And I love these roasted organic seaweed snacks because one, you get quite a lot of product, all about volume for 1 whole packet. But for instance, so first looking at it, I always eat the whole thing, but they do, you know, go over it really well. So for about a fifth of the pack, it's 20 calories and there's 0 sugar, which is awesome. And the ingredient list is super short. So we have only here organic seaweed, organic sunflower oil, organic sesame oil, and sea salt. So again, really short ingredient list. I know what all these ingredients are, so I know what I'm putting into my body. So again, I have one of these full seaweed snacks when I want something salty, crispy. So if you're someone that loves the same, this is a great option. They don't taste fishy, so you have nothing to worry about. And again, you can have this packaged good, knowing what's in it. Again, no sugar. So whatever your fitness goal is, if it's fat loss, if it's wanting to change and transform your physique, just in general, good health, all that kind of stuff. It's so easy in packaged goods to creep in sugar there. That's just added in there. And when your sugar content's going up, again, your insulin's gonna spike, your blood sugar's gonna spike, all these things are gonna happen. So ideally keeping your sugar content as low as possible and only getting them from natural sources like fruit or honey, those kind of things, the better it is for your goals and your long-term health and just stabilizing your blood sugar. So that's basically what we've gone over so far. So we have right now, we've gone over the serving size, we've gone over the sugar content, and we've gone over the ingredient list. So the next thing you're gonna look at is the fiber content. So fiber is super important for so many reasons, but the basic one, just keeping things simple for you guys, is for your digestive health, regularity going to the bathroom, promoting good microbiomes in your digestion and, you know, gut health, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, sometimes if we don't have a diet rich in vegetables and fruits, you know, you want to make sure you're getting your fiber from stuff. So just making sure you are paying attention to your fiber count, okay? So when you're looking at products, again, you want to look at the fiber content. So for instance, in your hummus, it's not super high in fiber, it's only 1 gram, and the fiber is found right underneath the carbohydrate section. So it's right above the sugar. I don't know why this isn't focusing, but on your nutrition labeling, it is right under where it says carbohydrates. It'll have your total grams, it'll have fiber, and then sugar. So just as a reference point when you're looking at that, just to see. Fiber is really important. A lot of people that don't get enough, if they're not a huge vegetable fan, sometimes will supplement with, psyllium husk, something that's gonna give good fiber. But it's super easy to get your fiber in if you're having your vegetables, healthy grains, potatoes, fruits, veggies, things that come from the earth, you're gonna get your fiber in that way. But it's always a good idea to look at it when you are, getting packaged goods. And the last thing we're going to look at is our sodium levels. Now, before I look at any packaged goods here, I'm going to say salt is not bad. It's just the right kind of salt. So if you watch some of my other YouTube videos, if you follow me on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, you're going to know that I'm a huge advocate of Celtic sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, sea salt, all those kind of healthy, good salts that have a lot of great minerals and vitamins that do so much great for your body. But it's the processed table salt and the processed salts that we want to try to keep low, because that's what's going to make you always feel thirsty, and all that processed salt is just not good. So when you're looking at products that are packaged, you look at the sodium levels because you got to be conscious of that. So for instance, we'll go back to these cookies, okay? So the sodium here is only 50 milligrams, which is not bad at all, because a lot of recipes in general, if they're desserts or not, are going to have some salt. So this one is really great. So if I'm going to go for, you know, a dessert that isn't made by myself or my family, if I go with something like this is a good number of sodium because it's not super high. I don't have to worry about it. I won't feel like I'm being thirsty after I have it. It's cool. Now, let's bring out the Nutella. So the Nutella, you guys are gonna love me now who are huge Nutella fans. There's actually not that much salt in Nutella. There's only 10 milligrams, but again, it's for 1 tablespoon. So you have to always reflect your sodium count to the serving size. That is super important. Again, like for instance, chips, that's why you always feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty after chips, is because each serving of chips from the serving size is probably gonna be, you know, ranging from 250 milligrams to 500 milligrams. And that's per serving. So again, reference everything to the serving size. And you don't have to be as, you know, type A as me, because I know this is my career, this is my life, but you're gonna notice that when you're more aware and conscious of these kind of things, you're gonna make smarter choices in the grocery store and you know, be like, oh wow, I didn't realize that, and you know, make better choices for your health and your family's health. So again, sodium levels. So let's bring something that's actually salty. So let's bring back these seaweed snacks. So the sodium is 40 milligrams. Now remember, when we looked at the nutrition labeling, we saw that this is only for 1/5 of the package. So there's 40 milligrams per 1/5 of the package. Now I eat the whole thing. I sweat a lot with my workouts day to day. So for me, if I'm gonna be having a full pack, that's gonna be 40 times 5. So that's 200 milligrams of sodium that I'm gonna be having from eating this, which is fine because most of my stuff I eat is homemade and I, you know, put my salt myself. So this is not bad because there is a minimum requirement of healthy salts you need for your diet, and that is 1,200 milligrams. That's like the healthy amount that you need for your body to, you know, have good muscle contractions, better electrolyte balance, retaining some water in your body, so you do keep hydrated, and just in general, we need a certain amount of healthy salts within our body just to function and feel good. And a key aspect, if you know you're not getting enough, if say you're always eating homemade, you never cook with salt, is, you know, if you're always going to the bathroom. I found that back in the day when I didn't really know much and I first started my fitness journey, I cut out all salt and I was constantly going to the bathroom and I didn't understand, and it was because I had no salt keeping some water in my body. So that's also a little indication if you do cook everything homemade and you're never using salt, use the good salts. The only person or people that need to be careful with salt is someone that has high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, obviously you can't use salt because that spikes your blood pressure and all that. So those of you who are watching that have high blood pressure, talk to your doctor, but you have to be very careful with your sodium levels just to make sure that you're going to be in a good place. But I'm talking generally speaking for general health individuals that have regular to, you know, low end of blood pressure on that scale, is you want to make sure you're getting your 1,200 milligrams of sodium per day. Those are the 5 things that I really recommend looking at when you're doing your grocery shopping, making your choices with what you are purchasing. And just a little generally speaking, that's the most important in my opinion. Everyone's going to have their own opinion, but these are the things that I look out for, the things that I tell my clients to look out for. And you'll see that more conscious awareness when you are shopping, you're going to realize, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that this had so much sugar in it. Total side note, an example is milk. I mean, many people are dairy free right now, but when you drink milk, if you look at the ingredient list, people are always shocked. They're always thinking, oh, you know, cream is, you know, fattening, you need to have milk. But you know what, milk in 1 cup usually has 12 grams of sugar in 1 cup. And again, most of us always exceed our serving size. So they're putting so much sugar into milk, it's actually better to have cream if you're gonna make, you know, for instance, a little bit in your coffee or something like that, because again, we wanna keep our sugar as low as possible to help balance our blood sugar, prevent insulin spikes. And again, if your goal is fat loss, you know, making sure you're being conscious of your sugar intake is gonna make a huge difference. So guys, that's a little summary for you. I hope that you could take some of these little pieces of advice and you find them helpful. If you did find them helpful, please let me know in the comment section below. And if there's anything you want me to further go over, let me know in the comment section. I can, make a whole new video addressing some of those topics and questions. But I hope that this will help you in your future grocery shopping and just your nutrition awareness so that you have that knowledge for your health and fitness goals. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll chat soon.